What's up, it's IronDrone.com. Today I'm going to be taking my F450 flame wheel knockoff for a flight. What I've done is I've scabbed on the gimbal from my V303 Seeker, just using some zip ties. I had it kind of improvise out here in the field, zip tie the battery, move this a little bit back. Hopefully this weight will counteract the weight of the gimbal as well as the GoPro attached to the front here. Haven't really been able to get any good video with this as of yet, or really attempted to try, but today's going to be the first day. So it's probably going to be a little bit shaky just the way that this gimbal is mounted on here, but it looks like it's secure. Well, kind of. Try to tighten that up a little bit. Don't want that moving around too much. So that's kind of probably the best we're going to get it just at the moment. So I'm going to take it up for a flight, hopefully get some video. The wind's starting to pick up, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera on. I'm going to go ahead and put a rubber band around the case for good measure, because the F450 is a little bit unpredictable, so I always carry rubber bands and zip ties in my bag. Just, you never know when you're going to possibly need them when you're out flying, so just loop it up a few times here. Make sure that hopefully the case stays on. If for some reason it gets bumped, it's not the goal today, but if we're going to lose something, don't want to lose everything. Twist this one more time around. We're good. So, camera's recording and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the battery, turn on the controller, make sure all my flip switches are in the off position so I don't get any errors. And then go ahead and power up the quadcopter. Let it initialize here. Everything looks good. So camera should be recording. We're going to take it off, and then we're going to go ahead and flip it into self-leveling, so arm the motors. We got liftoff. Put it in self-leveling now. The wind's starting to pick up and it's starting to blow into a headwind right now, which way we're facing with the quadcopter. So I'll be interested to see what kind of video. I know this gimbal arrangement isn't the best, so I'm not expecting a whole lot, but we'll see if we can get some height with this. Now, I did wreck this quadcopter on this mountain. Didn't have the proper props on, didn't have the correct pitch, and it took us up backwards behind us, and went up into the mountain and broke off the motor arm, broke off the prop, caused some damage, so I'm going to try to avoid that today. So far everything's handling well. Looks like the battery is counterbalancing the GoPro and gimbal attachment, so that's a big plus. I tried putting an 808 keychain camera on it yesterday, and video was terrible, and then it just stopped recording about 2 minutes into the air. It was supposed to be recording at 720, so now that I got a little bit of a better feel for this and a better handle and getting more consistent flights out of this quadcopter, I'll consider putting a gimbal on there permanently with a GoPro or SJ4000, or possibly maybe one of those Mobius action cameras. It's a little bit flatter. Now with the landing gear that I have scabbed on here, plenty of room. Put a gimbal on there. I have the KK 2.15 flight controller on here, so that I believe will support a gimbal. It has some gimbal settings in there. I haven't really looked into it. I was just trying to get my PI settings down to get this thing to fly correctly. Luckily it is now, but it was a bitch trying to get it there. So again, I don't want to get the same result. The wind's blowing pretty hard, so we'll get a little bit of the mountain here, and we'll pitch back into the wind, making sure we can cut into it. With these new blades, I haven't had the same pitch issues with the wind. These are carbon fiber props that I purchased. I got a set of them, so it was 4 in total for, I think it was like $13, and that $13 made the biggest difference in the world in the way that this thing handled. Like I mentioned in some previous videos, I was ready to scrap the KK 2.15 board. I just couldn't figure it out, but at the end of the day, I think it was ultimately vibrations that were messing up the gyro, causing it to fly goofy, losing its settings, and basically making all the functions not work. So nice and steady. There's a little bit of foot traffic on this trail today, so don't want to record anybody or get close to them. So just had to maneuver around some people here. But overall, very, very impressed with the handling, especially with how hard the wind's blowing. We got direct headwind blowing in from the left to the right, from the front to the back, and a little bit of a drift, but like I said, I think everything's being counterbalanced. Kind of a good fit. Now the only problem is with this gimbal attachment on here, I wasn't able to get to the lights, but since we're flying in the daytime, I really don't need the lights, and the lights aren't 100% set up with the controller just at this point. They're still running off the throttle, off channel 6, so I need to go in there and hopefully get that to one of the flip switches or the 3-position switch, so that way I'll be able to flip those lights on and off. Right now I have the flip switch for self-leveling, since that's essential for flipping that on after you taking off in order to get the best results. So we're going on probably about 4 or 5 minutes now with flight time. So 2200 milliamp Turner G battery, probably with all the weight that we have on here, and this sucker's heavy. Probably looking at 7 minutes or so we'll get looking to land here pretty soon. The wind wasn't blowing so hard I would pick it up higher, but I just don't want it to get caught in the wind and taken off, so just go up one time, look around a little bit, see how the video turns out. So we're coming down. Now this thing's pretty manual with this throttle. I did have to adjust in the flight controller that the minimum throttle stay at 25% at all times from 10, and that's really helped out greatly with the throttle dropouts. But coming down, descending from a higher altitude caused some issues, so I'm going to go ahead and try to find the most level spot around here to land. Not too many, so pick it right here by the bag. We'll go ahead and bring it in for a landing. And disarm the motors. Turn off the transmitter. So we'll look on here. Our airs are just no throttle output, which is to be expected with the controller off or transmitter off. Looks like the gimbal moved around a little bit and slanted to the right, but I didn't have a very stable mounting mechanism here. I just kind of rigged it up. It was a last minute thought. It worked out well. Like I said, the only thing missing is the ability to be able to hook up the lights. So I'll be interested to see what the video from this looks like. I haven't really got too much GoPro or SJ4000 video off of the F450. I just didn't feel confident with the way it was flying with those old props on there. It was just too out of control. So, if this video helped you out in any way, definitely leave a like. Got questions? Put them in the comment box, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos.